You think when the dishwasher cycle ends, your dishes are sterilized, clean, ready for your next meal. You trust that the steam and the hot water have done their job, leaving behind nothing but shining ceramic and glass. But what if I told you that the shimmering clean on your plate is often actually a chemical film, a microscopic invisible residue that you are eating meal after meal, day after day? For the average young person, this residue might just be a mild irritant, but as we age, our bodies change. Our biological barriers, our skin, our lungs, and crucially, the delicate lining of our digestive tracts become less robust. Research suggests that after a certain age, the body's ability to filter out and process environmental toxins diminishes. What a 30-year-old metabolism might easily flush out can become a cumulative burden for an older adult, potentially contributing to low-grade inflammation and exacerbating existing sensitivities in the gut and respiratory systems. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the cleaning aisle. We will investigate 9 common detergent types that research indicates you should avoid, and finally, reveal the 2 categories that are actually safe for your home and your evolving health needs. Number 1. The classic chlorine gel. You know the smell. You twist open that cap and the scent of a swimming pool hits you. It smells like sterile cleanliness. It's nostalgia in a bottle. It's the brand your parents used. It feels dependable, heavy in your hand. But for older adults, that smell should be a warning siren. That scent is chlorine bleach, a highly corrosive substance. Health agencies warn that when mixed with certain acidic food residues in the high heat of your machine, it can vaporize into trace amounts of chlorine gas, a known respiratory irritant that can aggravate sensitive lungs. They often label it original scent to make it sound natural, but there is nothing natural about it. The risk here is invisible residue. Chlorine is difficult to rinse completely. It leaves behind trace amounts that you ingest with your very next meal. If you need whitening, look for oxygen-based cleaners instead, but chlorine is obvious. The next ingredient on our list is designed to be completely undetectable until it's too late. Number 2. The vibrant, squishy convenience pods. There's a satisfying pop when you open the plastic tub. The vibrant orange, blue, and purple swirls inside those neat little packs look modern. They represent ultimate convenience. No measuring, no mess. Just toss it in. However, for those with declining gut health, this convenience may come at a high price. The membrane that holds that pod together is often polyvinyl alcohol, PI, a water-soluble plastic polymer. While technically dissolvable, studies suggest it doesn't always fully biodegrade in wastewater treatment. Furthermore, inside the pod, those vibrant colors are often linked to phthalates used to stabilize fragrances and dyes. They claim to be pre-measured for efficiency, but they are often overdosed for the average load, masking the excess chemical load that doesn't rinse away. The invisible risk here involves endocrine disruptors. Research suggests these compounds can interfere with hormone balance, a system already fragile in older age. A safer alternative is almost always powder in a simple cardboard box. We worry about plastics, but what about the ingredients that promise a streak-free shine? That shine is often a chemical coating. Number 3. The synthetic rinse aid companion. You watch that thin blue liquid disappear into the tiny separate compartment in your dishwasher door. You're told it's essential for drying, essential to prevent water spots on your fine glassware. But that spotless finish is essentially a hydrophobic chemical blanket. Many conventional rinse aids rely on alcohol ethoxylates. During the manufacturing process of these chemicals, they can be contaminated with 14-dioxane. The EPA classifies 14-dioxane as a likely human carcinogen. It doesn't appear on the label because it's a manufacturing byproduct, not an intended ingredient. It's marketed as a drying agent, sounding harmless and functional. But because it is literally designed to stay on the dish to repel water, you are eating off a surface coated in ethoxylates at your next meal. Plain white vinegar in the rinse compartment is often a sufficient, non-toxic alternative. While these hidden contaminants are worrying, our next offender is proudly listed right on the front of the box, disguised as a luxury. Number 4. The lemon fresh powder. You know the burst of artificial citrus scent when you open the dishwasher door right after a cycle. Hot, steamy lemons filling the kitchen. It smells clean, vibrant, and wholesome like fresh fruit. For aging respiratory systems, this synthetic scent is a significant antagonist. Fragrance on a label can hide hundreds of undeclared chemicals due to trade secret laws. The citrus scent often comes from limonene, which, when exposed to air, oxidizes into potent allergens and respiratory irritants. The picture of a real lemon on the box implies natural cleaning power, but it is rarely derived from actual fruit. These volatile organic compounds, VOCs, vaporize during the high-heat drying cycle, polluting the indoor air quality of your kitchen for hours after the wash is done. Always choose unscented or truly fragrance-free options. If this information is helping you protect your home environment, please take a moment to like this video. It helps us bring this research to others concerned about their long-term health. We've covered smells and shines. Now we must address the ingredient that makes the bubbles you associate with cleaning. Number 5. The super foaming detergents. We are conditioned by decades of advertising to believe that foam equals cleaning power. The more suds, the better the wash. You see the rich, thick foam if you ever interrupt a cycle mid-wash. This foaming action is largely unnecessary in a machine and can be particularly harsh on older biology. The foam is often created by strong surfactants like sodium lauryl sulfate, SLS, or its relatives. SLS is designed to aggressively strip oils. Research indicates that residual amounts, if ingested over time, may disrupt the protective mucosal lining of the gut. They market it as tough on grease, distracting from what it may do to delicate biological tissues. It is a known skin irritant, and studies suggest cumulative ingestion may compromise the gut barrier, leading to increased systemic inflammation. Look for low foam, plant-based surfactants instead. From foaming agents, we move to a preservative that uses fear to sell a harsher product. Number 6. The antibacterial detergent. The packaging is distinct, often clinical imagery with bold claims of killing 99.9% of bacteria. It feels like an extra layer of protection, especially useful during cold and flu season. This hypersterilization is counterproductive and potentially hazardous for older immune systems. While the notorious chemical triclosan has been largely phased out of consumer soaps due to regulatory pressure, manufacturers often replace it with similar antibacterial agents like benzalkonium chloride. These chemicals contribute to the global crisis of antibiotic resistance. More immediately, research suggests they can alter the human gut microbiome, which is crucial for overall health in older adults. The heat of the dishwasher combined with standard detergent is sufficient to sanitize dishes without added chemical warfare agents that weaken the body's natural defenses over time. The next item is perhaps the most insidious because it uses green marketing to hide a gray reality. Number 7. The eco-friendly version of major brands. You are drawn to the matte finish of the cardboard box, the imagery of leaves and water droplets. You buy it because you want to do the right thing for the planet and perhaps your grandchildren. Yet many of these green options from major chemical companies are merely conventional formulas in disguise. To replace controversial preservatives like parabens, many turned to methylisothiazolin, or MIT. MIT is a potent allergen. While the primary risk is skin contact, residual ingestion is a concern for hypersensitive systems. The terms natural or eco are largely unregulated marketing terms. Developing a sensitivity to MIT later in life can be difficult to diagnose, manifesting as mysterious rashes or digestive upset. You must look for actual third-party certifications, not just marketing terms. We are nearing the end of the danger list. The next ingredient is a remnant of an older industrial era, still clinging on in some discount brands. Number 8. The budget powder with harsh water softeners. It's the gritty texture of the white powder in the large, heavy box from the bottom shelf. It reminds you of the detergents from decades ago that really seemed to scour pots clean. That scouring power used to come from phosphates, which are now largely banned due to environmental damage. But their replacements in cheap detergents aren't much better for you. Some brands use strong chelating agents like EDTA to soften water. EDTA is persistent in the environment. In the body, research suggests these strong binders can mobilize heavy metals, potentially increasing their bioavailability if ingested via residue. It adds an unnecessary chemical burden to the kidneys, organs that are often already working harder in older age. And finally, the 9th item to avoid. It's the most common type of detergent on the market, and its danger lies not in one ingredient, but in its totality. Number 9. B9. The All-in-One Mega Pack. This is the overwhelming Isle of Bright. Aggressive packaging promising everything at once. Cleaner, rinse aid, sanitizer, and deodorizer in one explosive little package. For the older adult, this is often a chemical cocktail overload. This isn't about one ingredient, but the synergistic effect. Combining surfactants, artificial fragrances, polyacrylates for anti-spotting, and bleaches creates a complex chemical residue. Regulatory agencies rarely study how these specific combinations interact inside the human body over decades of low-level exposure. The complete clean marketing masks the complete chemical saturation. This is the slow accumulation of multiple low-level toxins, a burden that an aging metabolism struggles to clear. Simplify. You need a detergent, not a chemical arsenal. Before we reveal the two solutions that actually pass stricter safety standards, if you want to stay informed on consumer dangers affecting older adults, consider subscribing. We dig deep so you don't have to. We have waded through the toxic mire. So what is left? What can you trust to clean the plates you eat from every day? There are two primary types of detergents that research suggests are significantly safer alternatives for older adults with sensitive systems. First, the fragrance-free enzyme powder. These formulas ditch the chlorine and the strong, gut-stripping surfactants. Instead, they use biological enzymes. Think of them as microscopic Pac-Men. Protease enzymes break down proteins. Amylase enzymes tackle starches. They are highly effective. They rinse away much cleaner, and crucially, they don't rely on volatile organic compounds that irritate the lungs. Look for powders sold in simple cardboard to avoid plastic issues. Second, if you prefer a liquid gel, you must look for rigorous third-party certification, specifically the EPA Safer Choice label. This label means every ingredient in the bottle has been scrutinized by EPA scientists against stringent human health criteria. These formulas generally use plant-based glucosides for cleaning and avoid the harsh preservatives, fragrances, and ethoxylates we discussed earlier. They aren't perfect, but they are vastly superior to conventional supermarket brands for aging biology. Your dishwasher is meant to sanitize, not contaminate. As we age, protecting our internal barriers becomes just as important as locking our front doors. By choosing safer alternatives, you remove one more daily invisible assault on your system. Stay vigilant. Stay healthy.